all-time great players, one of which was Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. He was a good one. Do you think we'll ever see another one just like the Dream?
I don't think so. He was so unique. His ability, his footwork, his timing. He led the league in top 10 in 5 categories one time.
Isn't that amazing?
5 categories.
That's incredible.
Offensively and defensive categories. It's unbelievable. Just a dominant force.
If you think about him, he is what the modern game is today. He was the one guy in his era who played the way bigs can play today.
It's good fun.
Blocking the running game, it's a priority, and Irving's one of the best thieves in the league.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
Securing his spot on the highlight reel. Harden gets creative on a monster slam.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Spurs trail by 4. Back to Murray. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Here's Johnson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
The Nets have gone 7 of 8 to the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. For the players, NBA contracts are guaranteed, but we also see performance incentives. I'm sure that's got to be a motivator, right, with those incentives in that contract.
If that motivates you to play, then something's wrong with you, an incentive.
Because you should love it.
Because the guaranteedness of being there and the wanting to win should motivate you anything more than anything else.
And honestly, like, most guys, and this sounds crazy, but they don't really know all the language in the contract. They just know it's got a G at the end of it. It's guaranteed. Because, like, you really don't think about that stuff. You sure as heck don't think about it in the heat of the battle.
Takes the 3. That shot off, and the Spurs going the other way now. Last time they met was in San Antonio.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive.
Harden has a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Oh, man, off to a terrific start. Yet to miss with 6 made buckets.
Boy, giving him a huge lift offensively. He's poised for a big game here.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
There's 48 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Jeff Green is checked in for Jordan. Walker's checked in for the Spurs. 44 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Harden, no good.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Down low. Kicks it out to Johnson. From deep. And it's KD with the rebound. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, Harris has become such a solid role player, guys. A knockdown shooter who really elevates the team above self.
And he makes both free throws. San Antonio trailing here. Now here is Pirtle. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Feeds to Green. Good. And Harris gets the assist.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
5 seconds left to play in the first quarter. DeRozan. And that one's drained from the low block.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Nets lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind of an NBA season.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day? And how can we bring that together to make a great group?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. The Spurs come into this one following a loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Here's Pirtle. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense. Yes, sir. Come on.
Wow, coaches really appreciate that kind of hustle. Harden taking full advantage of the fast break opportunity.
And they get it. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 6 points for Jakob Pirtle.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking it down.
And here's Harden for three. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 7-point differential. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. KD's shot is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellas who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Here's a look at some stats for Pirtle. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. 4th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
From deep, Walker. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And it's often said, this is an era of player empowerment in the NBA. Jet, do you think things are different from when we played?
Oh, for sure. Because of social media, because of the access to travel, players are more connected more than any other time. They do things off the court that we never did off the court. First time I met Greg was at a barbershop, like by happenstance. We weren't planning on meeting.
Yeah.
The difference,
Mike the Barber, shout out Mike the Barber.
Mike well, you know what? If you go back to like our era, like I used to tell people, like you could be the best guard on the East Coast, and you may have never seen the best guard on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have it. Like nowadays, these kids grow up competing against each other all the time, and they see each other on a regular basis. And players today know their value.
Yes.
They know what their value is to their franchise.
Spurs trail by 12. Spurs passing it around. And that one's good by Gay.
You know what? When he's got the chance to get inside, Gay's going to take it, fellas. I mean, he doesn't waste those opportunities.
Shamet the pass to Harden. To the paint. Here's KD. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Durant's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets. San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. DeJounte Murray comes in for Patty Mills. 1:58 left in the second quarter. Here's Eubanks, and he uses the glass on the layup. Eubanks got his first points of the night.
We know Murray's got some creativity to his passing game, but no need to be creative there. I mean, he sees the wide open man and zips it right to him.
Now, here's Shamet. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston. The three from Harden. Offensive rebound. And again, Kevin Durant. Durant's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And we want to thank the Jet for giving us his thoughts. Kenny, you can stop by here anytime. That door is always open for you.
Well, the door's open, but I'm going to steal a key just in case you don't invite me back. I'm taking it right now.
Well, he'll have the key.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the key right now.
We'll tell fellow PG. We got to let him in.
Yes, sir. I want to be back.
You guys always stay together. And Clark, has there ever been a smoother transition from on-court star to broadcast mainstay than what we've seen and heard with Kenny Smith?
Very much like his game, Kenny Smith smoothly stepping from the court to the broadcast booth. And, he's been fantastic in his role with the NBA as a broadcaster. And, he's been part of the NBA family for decades now. And he's done it at a high level.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it. Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. The pass to KD, and then Durant with the jam.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Eubanks, no good.
He just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Here's the three, and KD the bucket on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 9 assists now tonight. Stolen by Durant. And here's Green outside. Walker with the rebound. Here's DeRozan. Money from the wing. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, this is exactly DeRozan's role. He's a natural-born scorer, and he does it in a lot of different ways.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we're playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we play like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson Waters. And joining us once again after his valiant attempt at live action analysis, it's Kenny Smith. What are you laughing at?
How you think it went, Kenny?
Oh, it was fun, man. It went great. And It's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
On the court for San Antonio, Johnson is out there at the ropes. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's White in at the 2 spot.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. And not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Harden with it. He's got 21. And here is Jordan. Back to Harden. Clock at 6. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Took him no time at all on that one. Johnson's got 16 points.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. If you go a step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Here's White. That one off the back iron and out. Nets leading by 20. Harden inside the 3-point line. Rebound by Murray.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
Elbow shot is on the way. Poeltl's shot is off. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, somehow, some way, you got to keep Jordan away from the basket, because if you allow him to get it there, he's flushing.
DeRozan for 3. Hands it from downtown. He's got 9.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And the Nets lead by 21.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Harris with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. Minutes gone now in the third quarter. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got 4 assists in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Shot on the wing. Another shot. The kick out to Irving. Jordan, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
13 feet away, and the shot is long. For Brooklyn, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Harris. Harris has got his third assist on the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
San Antonio making a switch here. Walker's checked in, and so he hits both.
Well, you look at Durant, and it's obvious. He feels like he's got so much more to prove. I mean, he's as driven a player as you'll find in this league. That's part of his greatness.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Brown. He's really stood out for them over the past month. He's around 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
And that one's good. Durant.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
It's stolen by Harris. Brown with it. He's picked up by Walker. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Yeah, you know, it's all about running the right set. And right there, Harris does just that to capitalize.
You can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Here's Wiles. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. San Antonio's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Brown's got 4 this quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Spurs working the ball around now. Wiles, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. We've got 22 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Now, here is Irving, covered by Mills. Durant in the corner. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Boy, his timing is just superb. Durant absolutely lethal on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. Nets out in front, opening up a huge gap. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of a chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Nobody holds the ball, not even 1,001. You catch it, it's a shot, it's a drive or pass, whatever you got.
Specific instructions from Greg Popovich. If you don't have a clean look, don't have an open lane, move the ball.
Yeah, and the key is fast decision-making, and that takes great recognition from all 5 guys in terms of communication. That's really what we call chemistry.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Tyler Johnson is out there with Landry Shamet. And it's Durant, and it's Luwawu in at the small forward. Shamet kicks to Johnson. They swipe it. Here's Wiles. That 3 off the mark. And the net shooting is scorching 68% in the game. They get it again. Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Drops in the tray.
The more he facilitates, the more effective Gay is, and it's good to see him concentrating on that part of his game.
Johnson surveying the floor. pass to Shamet. There's the triple. Second shot opportunity, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Vassell, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Vassell's got his first bucket in this one.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
And he dunks it down.
No, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
Cade passes to Lyles. Shoots over KD, and it's San Antonio with another.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Johnson outside. Here's Shamet. The offensive rebound. Here. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll host the Boston Celtics. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons.
And it's going to be home game after home game after home game for this group. So they got a great chance to string together a number of wins given how strong they've been playing.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Jones checked in for San Antonio. And that one's good. Eubanks. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Jones against Johnson. Pass to Shamet from past the arc. And the Nets miss again.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have, man. I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Here's Luwawu, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Vassell. Shoots over Shamet. Vassell, no good. Nets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Shamet. 5 on the clock. Power down with both hands.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Shots good by Lyles.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Passes to Johnson. Here's Perry. Good. It's Johnson with the assist that time. Perry's got 6 in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And with the victory tonight, they'll take the second game just as they took the first one between these two teams, moving their record to 2-0 with 1 left against the Spurs.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kevin Durant.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, go get it. And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small in his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Vassell, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the first one drops. So he gets them both. 26 seconds left in the game. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
That's to reach in.
Now Johnson.
He's really just killing time. They gave him 2
And that one falls for Johnson. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going the way. All right, David, thank you.